Here in this busy intersection in downtown modern Sydney is a monument to the first Christian service ever held on Australian soil. On the 3rd of February 1788, the Reverend Richard Johnson, chaplain of the newly formed colony, preached his first sermon on this very spot. And he took for his text Psalm 116, verse 12. "What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits toward me?" What an appropriate verse. Only 85% of the colonists survived the arduous sea voyage to New South Wales. After 4 years, they built the first church school. Made of wattle and daub, it cost the Johnsons £67. Children were encouraged to come to school early so they could pray for their day of education. Richard Johnson was a man with a zeal for God, a heart of love and friendship for the convicts, and a vision for the people of New South Wales. In 1792, he arranged for the printing of this message addressed to every resident of the colony. In 1794, the Reverend Samuel Marsden was sent to serve as Richard Johnson's first assistant. At Parramatta, Marsden set up his sheep farming activity and used the profits for missionary work. Marsden left behind 2 images. Regrettably, Australia remembers him as the flogging parson of Parramatta, but New Zealanders think of him as the great-hearted Marsden, the apostle to the Maoris. He taught them to eat sheep, not Englishmen. In 1814, in a sermon after the first of 7 of his voyages to New Zealand, he reminded his listeners that while the decisions to found a penal settlement at Botany Bay was motivated by expediency, God, who governed the world, had another strategy in mind: the evangelization of the nations.